Hey everybody, Scruffed here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, and welcome back to the small holding series. We're back at it, and I'm going to be using this episode to talk about the much anticipated realistic livestock mod. We're going to get into that in a second. It's insane. It's pretty cool, but it's insane. So we'll get into that in a second. First thing I want to say is thank you so much for all the get well soon and all that stuff. I hope you're feeling better messages. That's been incredible from you to all send that to me, so thank you so much. Bit of an update on that. I'm feeling so much better. It's crazy how quick a mouth heals, looking back at Thursday and then Friday especially, how I felt. Yeah, it's like night and day. Stitches is still there, but I'm finally over it. The worst is over, is out the way. Don't have to faff about with anything like that going forward. Just playing the waiting game now and getting it healed up. And I actually made the most of my time. I know I haven't done the Farman, so apologies to all the Farman fans. It just wasn't going to happen. I usually record it Friday and then try again and then record again on a Sunday, and it just wasn't going to happen at that point, unfortunately. So yeah, but I did make the most of my time. I actually planned out and prepped the next 8 episodes, which is really good for me to do. It kind of gives me a helping hand, so the next episodes should just run smoothly. But I just wanted to get that point out because I know a lot of people have commented, asked the question about the Farman, what's going on and stuff. So just want to say that first off, straight out the bat, that it is coming back this weekend, and the next few episodes are already planned out, so it should just run pretty smooth. Right, let's get into it then, because there's so much to this realistic livestock mod. I've reached out to Arrow because we're friends on Discord and we're chatting. I've asked him a few questions as well because I know it's dropped. It dropped last night. I'm recording this on Monday, and I don't usually record a video on Monday because I've been to the farm today, worked on the farm. I usually just get home on a Monday, chill out, and then on a Tuesday when I get home, I edit the video for the vlog that comes out on the Sunday. So I don't usually get on FS for them 2 days, kind of just use it as a bit of a day off from FS. But with the livestock mod coming out Sunday night, I had to get on. I tried it last night, just did a quick once over of it. And I was actually on my Bevington Farm series, just checking it out on that save game. But I decided, because, it's been a while since we've been on the small holding series, this is going to be a good one to start off with. These chickens are bloody loud, right? Can you calm down? Can you calm down for me, please? I know there's a lot more of you now, but can you calm down? I'm trying to record here. That's a good point to make, though. That, it's probably the first visual thing that you've seen because of the livestock mod. We now see the animals. We visualize them more. And if you actually look on the keyboard on the F1 menu up there, you can see it change visual animation, animals. I think it's change visual animals something. I don't know what that is, but it's left shift and T anyway. So if we press that now, you can see and set the maximum number of visual animals. Recommended is 50, so I'm just going to keep it at 50. So that basically means that if you've got 50 cows in a pasture, you will see 50 cows in a pasture. So cool. So cool. And we'll go to the cows in a second because it's made me realise that I've probably overstocked that shed because they've got no room. But we're gonna be mixing up. We're probably just gonna focus on the realistic livestock mod in this episode. There's nothing else that I want to be doing because I want to try and get things in a bit of an order. But let me do a bit of a recap if you're new to it. Realistic Livestock Mod by Arrow. This is going to be our FS25 summary of the mod. It's not multiplayer ready, but it is planned. Visual limit increase up to 200 animals per husbandry, but the recommended is 50. That's what we've got it at. Individual animals, so they're fully unique now. They're named, they're tagged, they're IDs. There's no more clusters, and it's important to state that there's no more clusters. They're all single animals. Every cow is singular. It's unique to itself, hence why you can name it, you can sell it, it'll have a different price, everything. It's got its own genetic kind of values and stuff like that determine how good it performs, what its value is, all that kind of stuff. Males have been added, so now you do need a male if you want to obviously get your cows into calf, or you want to breed out chickens, you want to breed out sheep, anything like that. You need a male. So keep that in mind. Now, Arrow is not a 3D modeler, so there's no 3D models yet. That's what he said. There's no 3D models yet, but he is going to try and look at doing that and sorting that out. Currently, there is no new breeds, but the question has been asked, and he is potentially going to look into that, so that could be a thing. But again, the 3D models for that is probably going to be even more difficult to do than it would be for making some like male versions of the animals. Now, he did mention something along the lines that he could just change the colours and stuff like that. That'd probably be a lot easier for him to do. But the rest is going to be pretty tricky. But I'd be quite happy if he just changes the colours and we add in some male visual animals. I think that's enough. I'd like to get, obviously, new breeds and stuff like that. That'd be super cool. But at the end of the day, I love the work he's doing. And I know he's a script modder. That's where his talent lies at the moment. And it takes a long time to do some modelling. And if it means that he's focusing on stuff like this, then I'd much rather him do that. Now, I will say this. I've been having a chat with Arrow, and I know the next project he's working on. He's not said I can't say anything. He's also not said I can say something about that project. So I'm just not going to say anything, but let me tell you this. It's super cool. So if you like what he's done so far with the realistic weather mod, the realistic livestock mod, the next idea that he's working on after this, which I don't know when it's going to be, because obviously this has just come out, so it's got some bugs, and, it's going to need fine-tuning, and it's going to be worked on and so on. But the next one is super cool. It really is. So honestly, keep your eye out for stuff like that. Yeah, super cool. Pregnancy has been changed. So offspring is created at conception now, and there's a variable duration, and you can track due dates as well. So it's not... Before, basically, if you had a cow that was pregnant, it just show reproduction going up as a bar, and it wouldn't actually show you like the calf until it was born. But now you actually get information of when it's been conceived. So when the conception happens, you know if it's like due 3 calves or 2 calves or 1 calf. And what's really cool about that is it's simulating as if you were scanning your animals and you know what's expected, because that's what normally happens. Like you'll scan a cow and you know that it's in calf and you know when it's expected, and we get all that information now. So there's also genetics and the impact, and that impacts health, fertility, the quality, which is like meat quality or the quality of the animal, metabolism and productivity. There's also a weight system now, so unique weight per animal. So it's not like all Angus will hit a certain weight. Depends on the metabolism of the animal, but it'll have like a target weight and a current weight. And too light and heavy animals can cause death. So if it's malnourished and not had enough feed, or its metabolism is not doing very well, it's obviously not a very well performing animal, then it has a chance of dying. And a heavy animal on the other side that's been overfed, potentially. I don't know how that works, because if you just keep feed in the trough, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just think maybe don't always keep your feed trough full. Just give them one feed a day that's, giving them enough to last out. I don't know. I have to look into that. That's what we're going to be here for. If we're going to test it out through the series, through all the series I do going forward. So we'll find this information out. Feeding. So a higher metabolism equals the cow or the animal, which let's just refer to cows because it's easier, but this refers to all animals. But let's just return for the point of this. We'll talk about cows. So a high metabolism of a cow will basically mean that it eats more. So there is changes to the volume and the amount that animals are eating, and it also changes the food to weight conversion. So the metabolism is a really important thing, and it's probably something that will determine the value as well. If a cow's got really good metabolism, then the food to weight is obviously higher. So when you feed it, it'll eat more, but it'll also convert to weight quicker, which is obviously good. The production, so cows need to lactate for milk, so that's changed completely, and sheep only produce wool in the warm months. Again, more realistic, which is entitled to the name. Absolutely brilliant. So basically, a cow needs to be in calf. It then needs to have the calf, and then it'll start lactating, and you'll get milk. So all my cows right now, no milk, even though I was having milk before I loaded in, because they're not in calf. So we're going to have to change things up a bit. And there's also now death, so they can die from old age. And obviously the information's gone into it, determining like what the average age maybe of a cow is compared to a chicken and a sheep or a pig and so on. So keep that in mind. They will die at some point, so you need to have it all planned out now. You're going to be thinking outside the box, which is what we've all been crying for. Well, I think the majority of the people that watch my channel anyway, there'll be FS players that just want it easy. I get that. But the FS players that are watching my channel probably are like-minded with me and are looking forward to things like this, just like I am. I want to plan out. I want to have a good rotation of my animals in stock. I want to have new stock coming in. I know that my animals are going to die at a certain age, where as we play and learn, we can plan this out. I think, these cows are getting older now. I need some new milkers and so on. So let's make sure 12 months before, maybe 15 months before, whatever, we've got a good rotation. set up and planned out. Yeah, there's no more fixed lifespan, basically. So keep that in mind. They can also die from health or pregnancy issues. So it's not just one thing. And also accidents. In fact, when I started the game up, I was in the last in-game day from the last episode. So it was July day 2. It was about 7 p.m. at night. I booted in, had all the realistic livestock mod activated, and I put the hay bales away that we did in the last episode. That's our setup for this episode. And then I slept, and I've woken up, and I had one message pop up at the top saying one sheep has been removed. It's basically had an accident. So basically one animal died. It had an accident. It was a sheep. So we're one sheep down already. Just from a random death like that, from an accident, which happens. So also the animal dealer has been overhauled. The way it works now is you've got unique animals every day. They're influenced by farm, quality, and country, and I'll go through that in a second. We'll have a look at it. I've got a few things to talk about because obviously it is early days. There's a few bugs. There's a few things not working the way it's going to be intended, or it's not been implemented yet, so we need to keep that in mind. So the final thing I've got here from all the information we got from Arrow is the price factors. So the way it's determined, which is age, weight, pregnancy, health, meat quality, etc. Not just heavier equals better. So keep that in mind. Even though we've got a weight now in the game, let's say a cow's hit its expected weight, it's obviously going to be worth less in value if its health's down, maybe it's not pregnant and you want to sell it as a pregnant, maybe, I don't know, like a milker, for example. So a load of things determine it. Also the meat quality. It might not be a good quality cow, but it might have a lot of fat on it and not some good meat and stuff. So you look at your quality values as well. So anyway, I asked him a few questions, just wanted to clarify. I asked him, basically, I've noticed from a few comments he's had on his GitHub page, which is, can you go and take cows in the trailer to market to sell, or sheep or whatever? Now, currently, you can't do that. So you can't take it to the market. You can't take it to the animal dealership. The animal dealership trigger just does not work currently. Now, the reason for that is, obviously, it's all been changed and it just needs to be updated. It's planned. It's going to happen. It's just, we got to be a bit patient with it. When it actually released yesterday, trailers didn't even work, but they're now sorted. So we're on version 1.2, you could say. And since that, he's fixed the trailer. So we can now use animal trailers to move them around the pastures. And eventually we'll take them to market because it does cost a fee. We have got a transport fee, and it is a bit higher as well than what it was within the base game. So really, we're going to have to buy all these animals right now and pay for the transport fee. But eventually that won't be the case. You can take them to market, and I think that's probably what I'm going to try and do because I want to make the most profit. So keep that in mind, that it is early days, and it will happen. I also asked him, is there anything he would like me to say and make any comments? And he's basically said that he's open to all constructive feedback on the GitHub page. If you got any feedback, you want any suggestions or anything like that, send it over to him. He's got no problem with that at all. But any rude comments just get ignored. And it's understandable because he's doing a solo project here. This is just him on his own doing something that probably teams before him have taken months to do. Right, let's have a look then. I've got so many chickens, I'm almost tempted to sell them all because they're loud and irritating. And yeah, I feel like we need to really start again with the animals. So let's go into this animal tab. And the first thing I can do is just show you how it looks in here for these animals. We can see a few things straight away. They've got two numbers here. They've got an ID number and a farm number. Now, the farm number correlates to where they came from. So you can see that they've got origin, United Kingdom. So a lot of these might be from the United Kingdom. We got one there from France, one from the United States. Now, they might not have the same number. They might come from a different farm in the UK, for example. But you can see here we've got some that are really low. Like the egg production of this one is very low. The quality is also low. So the value and everything is probably going to be a lot lower for that than it would be for another one. So what I think we do is we sell them. We sell all our chickens, and then maybe at some point we buy them again. But I'm going to focus on cows first. I think with everything that we got going on, I'm going to combine the sheep with the goats in one pasture. I'm going to get some beef stock. I'm going to start breeding out some beef stock and we're going to place down a pasture where basically either, it doesn't matter which one, but either or the sheep pastures that we've got. If we combine the sheep and the goats, we can put another one over there. So we're going to do that in this episode and get some beef stock. And we're also going to sell all our dairy cattle unless they've got some good numbers. And we're gonna start again because we want to breed out. Because currently I've got no bulls or anything like that. I've got no male cows, so nothing's going to happen. And we need them to breed out because without that we can't even get milk anyway. So let's go to this tab and we can start selling them. If we go to here as well, you go to the information bar. These are all our animals, and this is where you can change the name. So like that one, you can call Marshmallow if you wanted to. And if you go back up and down, you can see that one's now called Marshmallow. But I actually don't like these numbers. I'd rather to get like some good breeding stock to start with if we were doing chickens, and then we can breed out from there. And then these numbers, hopefully, because we're breeding from good, a good chicken, it's hopefully it'll mean that all the numbers are good going forward after that. I mean, you've got daily riding there and cleanness and fitness. That must be to do with the horses, so that is a bit of a strange one. Here you've got metabolism, egg production, quality, health, fertility. So that needs sorting out. We've got information there for the horses. Now that could be a mod conflict. I've got a lot of mods on, so if it is, then we'll have a look into that. It's good. It's important to keep in mind as well that if I went to my animals, let's go to the right one. If I go to my animals tab in the menu and go to chickens, I won't actually get the information we've seen before. We'll see the names of them, like we'll see the IDs and everything like that. We'll also see the weight, if they're pregnant, and the feed. This is to do with the feed information. To get the actual information for the pasture and the animals, you have to go up to the trigger for it. So you need to actually go and visualize the animals to get this kind of information. Now you can see that if we're buying, we get all the information. But when we're selling, or we go into this information tab, we've got egg production here. So that looks to be all that. So let's have a look if it's got fertility, metabolism, egg production, and quality. Yeah, so we still get all the information. It's just in this section. And this bit looks to do with the horses. So that might be something to look into or share with Arrow. So we'll sort that out. But I'm going to sell all these, and I'm going to show you. It is a bit of a pain, I agree. But we're going to do it. It's not an issue. So let's click on it. We're going to sell it. We'll get £14 for that. But we're obviously paying a bit of a fee. So we're paying £5 every one we sell. Now this one's worth 50 now. This one's worth £49. So yeah, that's not bad at all. Let's have a look. There's one here that's 29 months old. So that one there's 25 months old, 2.6. Its quality is average, egg production, fertility. The weight, where's the weight? It's 3.68. It's over its target weight. But if we have a look at the 40, so fertility is real low, but the quality is extremely high. So that's probably what's defining the price of it. But also, and it's still over its weight. So the quality there is really showing that it's defined on the chickens. So that's interesting. But let me quickly just sell all these. I feel so bad now for these cows. It just didn't visualize it before, but look at them. They've got no space whatsoever. Yeah. So, oops. I mean, not ideal, but we'll fix that in a second. We're going to sell them. Well, we're going to sell pretty much all the cows that aren't at a good standard. Like this one. The quality's very low. The milk production is very low. We're getting it gone. I want the best. I want the best. And even if it takes time and we have to breed it out, it doesn't matter. We're going to do this right. But let's first just look at them and showcase what's going on here. So you can see at the back end of the cow there, that 0025, that is pretty much its identity. If you look on the tag, if I can get to it, because there's collisions now on the 25 cows. Yeah, tag on the right-hand side, you can see... Oh, no you can't, because the cows... What was going on then? Right. Can I see it now? There you go. So you can see the tag. This is the one at the top, which is the farm where it came from. So not our farm. And then the 710025, that's the ID of the cow. On the left tag would be the name. And it's also got, come on cow, where are you going? Stay there. Stay there. No. Oh my God, it's playing with me. It's messing me about. Stay. Stay. Right, anyway. I promise you, this cow either doesn't like me. Oh my God, this is becoming like a running joke. Right, this is just the date, right? If I could pause it, I would. But there's a date when it was born. There you go. That's the date there. 11th, 3rd, 24, I think it was. I'll pause it in the video so you can see it. But, my God, that is basically... Oh, God. I shouldn't laugh at that, but... Yeah, you get the gist. It's got 2 tags. Left-hand side would have its name if we change the name. And also, it's got the date that it was born. On the right-hand side, it's the farm ID from where it came from, but also it's got the ID of the cow. Now, the ID of the cow is the most important one. So if we just go and look at this one again, you can see it's 0025, but if we look at the actual tag, it'll show us 710025. So let's just jump out of here now and go to our cows, which is this one, and we're looking for 710025, which is, I mean, this is difficult to find. I mean, we could just rename it as well after, just so I can show you that. We will find it, I promise you. There you go. So this one, this is the one. It's at 40 months old. It's not pregnant. It's not lactating. Its weight 627. And so it's overweight, really, which is obviously not ideal. Probably because of the fact we're giving it TMR. I'm going to ask Arrow what defines how a cow gets overweight. Is it because we're feeding it too much? Is it because there's always feed in, like say it could potentially be that if you've got about 25% feed in there, that's good. But if you're over 50% and it's too much, then they'll start eating too much. Or it could be because you're constantly feeding them TMR. Maybe you're supposed to mix it up with just a bit of silage, a bit of hay every now and again. I don't know. But we'll find this information out as we go, and we're all going to do it together. So as you play it and I play it, we're going to get really good at it. That's the aim. So unfortunately, we can't get to any more information in here on that cow. So if we just go to this one and then have a look. So these are the cows on offer that we can buy. But if we go to our cows and have a look, you can still see that the daily riding's there and the fitness and cleaning's there as well. But we want to look at 2.5. I want to change the name and see if it shows up on the tag for everyone. Where are you? 2.5. It'll be somewhere. Maybe it'd be good to organize them in like sort them in, number low to high, just to make it a little bit easier. There we go. There's 2.5. So let's select that one. I think we're going to have to go to this one now. I'm going to have to find it again. Right, there we go. Let's change the name from here. So let's just call it Scruff Cow. So that's now Scruff Cow. And if we go back and then back again, we should see Scruff Cow. There you go. So it's easier to find just for the purpose of this. But anyway, we can see that it's not lactating. It's overweight because the target weight is 609. Overall is average. The metabolism is high though, and everything else is average. So it's not a bad cow, but really, I would rather have my milk production at very high at the very least. And then, fertility is obviously that's a strange one there because your fertility is very low, so there's not chance of it getting in calf. But with its having the quality at extremely high, it's a good breeding. It is good to breed out because it should make a better cow. The milk production's also high, which isn't too bad. So I'd probably say that I want all my overalls to be good or very good at the very least. Like this one's good. Fertility's low, but yeah, it's a strange one. So let's go through them one by one and we'll sell what we don't want. So this one, it's a shame I can't sell. It's a shame I can't sell from this window because I can't see in here. Can I? I can't actually see. So that's not very good, to be honest, because if I can't see I can only see this information in here, which it should say it here, to be honest. But I'm either got a bit of a mod conflict, or I'm not sure. It could be a mod conflict because I'm sure I've seen other people not having this issue. So maybe I need to get rid of the... Maybe I've got some kind of horse mod that's interfering with it, because it is all stuff to do with the horses. Daily riding, fitness, cleanness. The good thing about it is they're all still in the same order. So if we just go... This one's got low health, but it's good. I'm still going to sell this one. So let's just remember the names we want to keep. So I'd keep this one. That's not too bad. So we're going to keep 009. And we're also going to keep 603. So let's just sell these ones. But yeah, I'll mention to Arrow about that. Because it's... yeah, because it's a bit tricky, isn't it, to navigate. So 009 and 014. Have I sold the one that I didn't want to sell? Probably have. Oh well. Right, we're definitely keeping 009. I'll probably also keep 14. And I'll also keep 27. So I think we go all the way down to 27. Yeah, just 27. So I've just stopped because this one's valued at 2,500, and then this one's valued at 3,300. So let's just have a look why 36 and 34 are valued so high. So the quality's high, the milk production's high, obviously a lot heavier than its target weight. So I don't actually know why that one's at like 2,500. This one's... Well, it's got to be to do with quality on that one. This one, again, quality. I think quality is really what's defining that, but that's 632 in weight. So let's just go down to like the 29. It's a lot lower in weight, but it's extremely high on the quality. So the weight's playing a part there, and its quality. Right, so I've kept 4 cows. I've got 2 female calves and 2 female cows. Now, I've only kept Scruff Cow because why not? Everything's at average. It's not too bad, that isn't. We've also got 27, which actually is valued less. So it's the same age, it's valued less. I wonder why it's valued less then. So the quality's average on that one. The quality's average on that one. That's 627, that's 705. So it's got more weight, but values less. And when I was speaking to Arrow and I asked him, he said that... Where did he put it now? Just trying to look through the notes that I made. So the price is fractured by age. Well, they're both 40 months. The weight, well, this one's actually got higher weight. I mean, but is that closer to the target? So let's say 21, let's say 22 off. And this one's obviously a lot more off. So maybe that's closer to the target weight, hence why that's a positive for the weight on this one. It's also the pregnancy. Well, they're both at 20% reproduction. Its health is average. This one's is average. Which is, again, about the same. The meat quality, well, the quality is average and that one's average, so there's no difference there. So it's not just that it's heavier equals better. Well, I think really that one had... I mean, I know it's a small amount, but I do think that maybe, potentially, that needs tweaking. But obviously, people need to give feedback and let them know what they're finding also, so Ara can obviously make any adjustments that's needed. It could just be me missing something that's blatant right in front of my face, but I personally think that this one here should probably be higher because There is more weight to it. It is further away, though, than its target weight. But its overall is better than this one. And it's obviously higher at milk production, which I think should be a really important value factor for a dairy cow. So even though the quality is the same, its milk production's higher and the overall's higher. So personally, I think this should be a better valued cow. But it is what it is. Anyway, we've got 4 cows. You can see that they're now in the shed. We've now gone to this menu. Now, unfortunately, I can't go to the market and buy them, so we're going to have to do them like this. But what we want is first we're going to look through them. This is the kind of information. You see this here? I want this to be shown in this section. So to my actual animals, I want that there, not this when I'm buying them, because I want to see what my cows are. So I like the fact that it's a lot clearer in this section. So they're all not very good. That one's not a bad cow, to be honest. It's 51 months old, though. So, yeah, it's pretty old. I don't want to buy a cow that's not got long, that's not got too long left, unfortunately. It's got a high weight. Everything's looking good. This is the cow we need to buy. Look at that. That is insane. So we're buying that one. That's a fact. And it came from the United Kingdom. Now, I just want to make sure, did I buy 006? No, I didn't. So we've got another one here. Oh, but these are bulls. So we've just bought a bull. Which I don't mind because that one's pretty much very good. And this one's just insane. It's like very good. Everything else is very high. So the overall's good and everything else is very high. So I think that one's a better one. This one's really good as well. That's insane. Haha. Now look at this. Look at this one. This is a milker that we need. 59 months though. And we haven't got an old enough bull to get it into calf. But we might have here. But they're all not very good quality, are they? So like this one, like it's very, very bad breeding quality. That one's very good though. But I have just bought a brown Swiss bull. But that's not a bad milker for 59. But I think she's too old. That's the only problem. I think. Yeah, I'm thinking that I need to buy something different there, unfortunately. But we've got a few Anguses here that we can buy. Also got a bull, another bull. Got some good cows there. Have we got some good bulls? Looks that way. They're just all young. That's the only issue. We've got one that's called Apollo. But we've got a nice bull here that we could bring in. We've also one called Twilight, but these are water buffalo now. Okay. I think we leave it there with them with the dairy stock. If we have a look, we've got one bull. We're going to be breeding with Brown Swiss and the Holstein. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. I think that's the best we can do. But it's a lot better in there. They've got more space and the bull's in with them. Let's chase down. Let's go down to the pasture over here and have a look at what we can do. Right, so my plan is to move the goats in with the sheep. But what I'll do that in between because I've obviously got to place down a new pasture as well for the beef stock. I do think that probably the next time that I do an episode on it anyway, there'll be an update to the mod. We might be able to actually go to the market and not pay the fee. And also maybe the menus look a little bit better because we can actually see all the information we want on hand. I mean, ideally, it needs changing, so I might take a few screenshots of it just so it looks pretty good, because I don't mind it not being in here. That's not an issue to me at all, if that's like where the feed bit is. But when we do go up to the animal trigger, this is the kind of information I want to see about my animals, not the ones I'm buying. So like the ones I'm selling, it should be there too, but also like in the information box, I know it's here, but it also needs to be in the selling bit so we know which ones we're selling. I think that's probably just a nice thing to put in just to make our life a little bit easier. one thing is for certain, it's a brilliant idea to mod. It does need a few, tweaks here and there, but we'll get there within time, like with most mods. It's the community that contributes to that massively. So if you are enjoying it and you are playing it, yeah, head over to the GitHub page of the Realistic Livestock Mod and share some feedback. Ara's already said to me he welcomes constructive feedback as long as it's a suggestion and that he can try and implement it and we're all polite. Then you've got a really high chance of it actually being something, if it's a smart idea that gets implemented in the mod. So yeah, go and contribute to that, help out. I'm sure we can all make this an outstanding mod. And it's nice to finally get some more in-depth features. I like the fact that I'm in the menus looking over things, trying to plan things out, think things through, and I'm going to enjoy playing with it on FS25 going forward. So yeah, the future's bright for things like that at the moment. Yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section though. I've seen a few people say that it's not hands-on enough. There's more that needs to be added to it. Is that true, or are you, would you, do you think it's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and you're not actually interacting with it, or do you like the more in-depth style to it? Let me know. I'm intrigued to see what people's opinion is. For me, I love this mod. This is one of the best mods I've seen in a very long time. I was super excited for it. I still am. I do think it needs a few tweaks here and there, but we'll get them over time. It was expected when it came out that we'd see a few bugs, and we're seeing a couple of them. But yeah, Arrow works fast, and for someone that's working solo on his own, he works really fast. So we'll see what comes next, and yeah, keep checking his GitHub page for updates to the mod. But on that note, I'm going to leave the video there. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me because that really does help me out. If you're new to the channel, don't forget, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.